Hello, and thank you for taking the time to think about music at Epiphany and why it matters so much to this community. It has been an honor for me to serve as your director of music for the past 2 years. During this time, I've greatly enjoyed getting to know the wonderful people that make music at Epiphany possible. Had you been able to attend the Music Guild Gala this year that was to take place on April 26th, you would have enjoyed a wonderful cellist. And it is our pleasure to present to you, not from Epiphany Chapel, but from her very own home this evening, cellist Seyun Thorsteinsdottir. Following her performance, we'll give a brief explanation of why we're here, what we'd like to do, and why we need your support. But first, we hope you enjoy Seyun and her fabulous playing.
As I stand in this place in Epiphany Chapel, it's quiet. I stand here alone. But I think about it, I touch back in my soul to moments where the beauty of music was lifted and resonant in this space. Beautiful music matters. It matters for the individual soul. It matters for community. It matters for the world. And because it matters, and it has for so long, and it will continue to out into the future, Epiphany Parish has made a commitment to this beautiful music. I came here 12 years ago, and when I did, Tom Foster was here, and I had a relationship with him by providence prior to my life here. And Tom, in partnership with Carol, helped build an extraordinary music program. And not just an extraordinary music program, they helped vision for an extraordinary music space. And then Tom said to me, he said, what we need to continue to make beautiful music for the glory of God and the benefit of every single human being who hears it is we need a guild. We need a support function that says this is our primary duty to let this music, this beautiful music, expand into the world. And so we made that commitment. We made that a commitment to bring music into personal and intimate relationship, well, with all of you. As I stand here before you, I can almost hear the sound of a cello playing, right? That deep, melodious sound of a cello. And I can imagine that cellist sitting right here, and me and you right there, in the intimate reality of what incarnational music means. But as you know, we can't do that right now because of COVID-19. And so we hear the cello played from home instead of from this place. And while there's perfection in that, there isn't the personal in that. Listen, I've counted on listening to music a lot during this stay-at-home order, during this time of isolation. It's mattered in my life, and it's good. And you can hear Epiphany music. What our organists, Zach and Wyatt, have done with their organ recitals day in and day out is balm to the soul. They are, you must know, well, you do know. They're extraordinary musicians. They are extraordinary musicians, and they came here with your support because, well, we're a community that supports this kind of music. We have a rare thing here indeed, a thing to be protected and preserved. And during this time when we're not together, it might be easy to not have the same sense of urgency around what it means to maintain our music program. It's as if it's a dormant seed in the ground that we need to care for, right? We need to care for the dirt and keep it warm and keep it well watered. So when we are able to be back in this sacred space or in the extraordinary space of the church, when that seed begins to break forth from the soil and grow up into a most extraordinary blossom, we have preserved the capacity for that plant to grow through our support of the Music Guild. For us who come here, but also for the city of Seattle. Right? Because music matters, and too often in times of crisis, right? At times when people are pulling back, it is the arts that suffer. And we know it's exactly in times like this that it is the arts that save. And particularly the arts that we do, where art and music and liturgy come together in a way that forms the human spirit. Man, does that matter. And it only happens because of what you do here in your support for the Music Guild. I am counting on you. Our musicians are counting on you. Our capacity to give music in this city incarnationally and intimately matters, and it only happens because of you. Be generous, please. with your support for the Epiphany Music Guild. I appreciate it, and I thank you.
Your generosity enables the Music Guild to support the many initiatives that make music at Epiphany vibrant. Over the past year, we've made great strides in both our concert series and our offering of choral evensong. For our concerts, I'm happy to report that this past fall, we saw an over 100% increase in attendance from the previous year. We also noted that our concerts began to establish a more consistent and loyal following among our concert goers. In terms of our choral evensong offering and our goal to make Epiphany a primary destination for the experience of choral evensong in Seattle, our choirs became more adept at offering this traditional Anglican service, and we began to see greater attendance at these services even as we began to offer them more frequently. Once the COVID-19 pandemic hit, it threw into question much of what we do with music at Epiphany and how we do it. For example, thinking about our concerts next year, we're going to have to think about being able to offer these concerts in a variety of situations. So for us, this will mean next year programming recitals that feature a fewer number of musicians so that musicians can perform socially distanced if need be. We don't yet know whether we'll be able to offer in-person concerts, and if we do, those will likely be socially distanced. But in the event that we can't, we've upgraded our audiovisual capacity here at the church to ensure that you have a better online experience when experiencing music from this place going forward. If I had to guess, I'd imagine we'll be doing a bit of both over the next year. In terms of our Evensong series, our excellent choir at Epiphany will continue to live stream services. We will continue to sing socially distanced in live stream services, and we will continue to explore ways in which our choir can sing virtually. One of the things that's very important to us is to be sure that these offerings are able to take place no matter what may come. As you may know, classical musicians and artists are among the hardest hit by this pandemic. Many of our colleagues have seen their income drop to almost zero as a result of canceled concerts and engagements. Epiphany wants to commit to holding these programs regardless of the situation. If a concert needs to be live streamed instead of performed live, that's what we'll do, so that through this difficult time, we can support the classical music community by doing our part to offer a stable and steady income on which musicians can depend. Another area of growth that we've seen over the past year is within our music academy, newly founded by our very capable Dr. Wyatt Smith.
This past September saw the founding of the Epiphany Music Academy, and in this last season, we've engaged over 30 students taking individual lessons from piano to voice and other instruments. And starting this past January, we started a series of group music classes, primarily for adults, engaging another set of 25 to 30 people, mostly from our parish community and the immediate Madrona community. This academy is largely led by an incredible faculty that consists of up-and-coming teachers here in the Seattle area, noted both for their teaching and performance capacity. COVID-19 threw us for a loop, and it provided the challenge to take our music instruction into virtual platforms. This was rough at the beginning, but I'm glad to say we got there. While not ideal, many students have continued through this time, including group classes. As we go forward, we will, as able, return to campus and live into opportunities unearthed in the realm of technology to reach both here in our community and beyond. I'm very happy with how the Music Academy has begun and am looking forward to the coming months.
The founding of the Music Academy also affords us with some significant opportunity in the ways that we think about growing our other music ministries here at Epiphany. For example, when we're able to safely sing together again, we'd like to offer scholarships for instrumental instruction through the Academy to children who commit to the chorister program. So in this way, the choristers would not only benefit from the world-class instruction that they would receive through the Academy, but they would also benefit from being part of an intergenerational choir community that helps instill values of leadership, responsibility, and commitment in our young singers. In offering these chorister scholarships, we will commit to filling them in a way that reflects the diversity of the great city of Seattle. We'd also like to think about ways that we can address the lack of diversity within the church music profession as a whole. We know that in some cases, an interest in good sacred music can stem from a lack of access. We at Epiphany are very fortunate to have an excellent program of sacred music here that could be inspiring to young children. We'd like to also establish 3 scholarships through the Academy for organ or instrumental study to students of color that may not be able to experience such quality sacred music in their own parishes. In doing so, we would underwrite their study of the instrument through the Academy, and we would also provide a stipend to help with other expenses and other costs incurred along their musical journey.
Thank you for watching this. Thank you for participating in this Music Guild gala, if you will, online. It's the best way we know to reach you, because you are really what make up the Music Guild. Though I might add that it is because of the leadership of Zach and Wyatt that this guild exists, right? That it has its strength, vision, and momentum. They are very important to the life of music in this parish and to the life of music in this city, and frankly, even beyond that, music in the life of the Episcopal Church, because they have the capacity not only to move our souls, but also build legacy. Your support of the Music Guild supports these extraordinary musicians. Please keep that in mind as well as you consider how to be generous. And do please be generous with your gift to the Epiphany Music Guild. Thank you very much.